Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about how we organize our site diagrams in a constructed manner. One of the most satisfying elements of organizing your data is to construct an easy on the eye map layout in the shape of a diagram. And as engineers, we all love our diagrams. Organizing your devices into the correct site construction is not only important for visibility, but it provides you with that satisfaction that you've organized all that data in an easy to use format and a well-formed diagram in the format that makes sense to you for your environment, providing you that flexibility to support your customers. Job done? Not quite. Organizing all of your devices into that diagram can be complex and sometimes daunting at the thought of managing this task. With IP Fabric, our interactive diagrams allow so much more than just a single dimension diagram within a document. Having an organized set of data and site diagrams that will correct all devices and provide you with the ability to compare, analyze, go back in time, and truly create a three-dimensional visually into your network world, providing you with diagrams that are easy to use, interactive, and ultimately make sense for your environment. By default, the site is comprised of a topology of all contiguously interconnected protocols, and the boundary of the site is formed by the protocol network relation. To create that mapping, we IP Fabric call it site separation, a way to allow you, the user, the network engineer, to create the sites as you know them in a true interactive picture. We call this separation site separation, and by simply searching for it within our user tab, we can quickly find and land on the site separation where you can define your rules using regex or regular expressions as we call them. And we have several locations of how to identify that, group them together and separate it in a format that makes sense. I will walk you through how to create those rules. I will also show you a tool that we use that helps you, the user, to understand regular expressions and what this type of separation actually does and how to use it. So we know we have several locations whose name is logically designed as one letter with 1 to 3 numbers. And from the point of view of a regex, you can create multiple rules or expressions, identifying your naming conventions to get an easy site mapping. And by simply adding rules and putting in these regular expressions and even testing what it will look like beforehand will give you a fundamental understanding of what each site will look like and how it's separated. But how do we do that? Okay, so if we look at the rule that we've created, and we can create multiple rules or a string within that regular expression to identify many locations, we can then quickly identify and break those sites out and allocate the correct devices within those sites. We've also included a link to regular expressions register, which will explain exactly what each element means. So for instance, the tilde sign up there means the beginning of the string. The /w means any word match. With the /d, any digit match. And again, the brackets identify the matches that we are looking for. So let's have a quick look at to see what this expression actually does. So let's just close this tab down. And as we saw through the test link, by clicking on the test, we get into this reg expression help page. And what this will allow you as the user is to identify exactly what each piece within that expression is trying to do. So as we've shown you, the tilde sign shows you the starter position. We then have the brackets to say this is the group of information that we are interested in. The /W is a word match equal to lowercase, uppercase letters, and then with a digit match. And we're interested in between those numbers, including those numbers and even consecutive characters. And again, we can see alternative matches. So we're looking for these particular letters that identify our site locations. And then we put the data of those sites within here to see if that match will actually work. So by providing you with this help information, you can start building your regular expressions with the help of IP Fabric very, very quickly. Also explanations of where those matches were found and where those regular expressions were met will quickly help you understand whether you are building your regular expressions in a proper format. Also below, we can quickly enter some of the characters just to identify, are we doing this correctly? And whether it will function as expected behavior. So again, by putting in the particular element that we're looking for, you can start quickly identifying the characters within that expression and what they're trying to achieve. So an understanding of the schema may not be necessary to begin with, but very quickly you can become an expert in understanding your matches, understanding how to use the syntax of regex, and ultimately getting to that site separation information and providing you with those site diagrams in a logical format, and more importantly, in a visual, pleasing on the eye diagram that shows you where all your devices are and maintained. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you require any more assistance, please feel free to contact myself, Jason Broadbent, IP Fabric, and we will help you further in your solutions. Thank you for listening.